Yo, Mr. Alkaline really know if you make fun of Cartel and then dead with laugh. Alkaline say, you know like when you pile Messi, everybody you go want you play for them.
Yeah, man, you're looking at the best dancehall album in the last 15 years in dancehall, even though it dropped at least the last 10 years. But this is the best dancehall album in the last 15 years in dancehall. And why I say that is no one cares about album until Alkaline drop this album.
Yo, you see Alkaline, dog, a man represent dancehall. And Alkaline is one of the most dominant force in a dancehall.
Well, you say you never been with a body? Well, you want to carry big and dolly. But like Tiffany when you flash it, go out. Boom, she has some cash, man. I live in the doctor talk people. And right now, if you watch that video on YouTube, you need to check out the channel name. Say God no.
Now, me see a bunch of comparison going around with Alkaline and Masicka. And me hear a lot of people are putting them 2 cents and thing. Right? And me not hide and telling you some of them don't make no sense. While some do. Now, let me just say this. Masicka is a good artist. Right? Masicka know how to craft him thing. Masicka know how to deliver. He's an artist who know how to perform on stage and all of that stuff. Right? Having image right. You see me? Now, Alkaline is an amazing artist. Alkaline know how to deliver. You understand? Alkaline having vocals them up and everything. Alkaline have the persona and the image. You see me I say? Alkaline know how to perform film crowd. He know how to deliver. You see it? So with all of that being said, these are 2 good artists. 2 great artists. Now, for the comparison, we want to compare and say that Masicka better than Alkaline because Vybz Cartel endorsed him. You see me? Masicka is not in the league of clashing with Alkaline. Not because you know say Masicka go after Idonia and Idonia never answer. Let me explain to you something. Masicka go after Idonia when Idonia was at his weakest point mentally, emotionally, and physically. And no phone got asked, how is it that he was in that weak stage? What happened? At the time when Masicka go for Idonia's son that passed away, a battle for life. I got through a massive sickness. Most someone won't understand this type of language because in a reality, one is not connected to one kids. So one don't know. When you as a father, I may talk from a father standpoint, see your son a battle for life and you really can't do nothing. You really can't do nothing. Your hands them tied. You're hopeless. And you see your son a go down the drain. Mentally, you're not going to do that. Remember, sir, a Shaggy bring back Idonia. When Idonia becomes an alcoholic because of this whole situation, break down, massively break down, when wife don't even know what to do. You understand? Him wife don't even know what to do, how to approach this thing. Him couldn't even be there for her emotionally, mentally, or physically. Because him himself a crash out. Govy and the whole of them stand up with him and try to do with him. And that's why Govy say, from long as him do music, Idonia will never broke again. Idonia can rest. Him do Govy will do everything. So, in that time frame, Masicka see the advantage that here we go on. Me I go clash a man that is crippled right now. Me know him now go answer me. That's why me I go clash him right now. So it's not that Masicka was brave. No. Masicka see a weak point when can approach the weak point. And then everybody are gonna look upon it and say, boy, yes, him win. Him brave. And that's why Cartel say him brave, but in a reality, he's not brave. He's a coward. Because he will never ever go at Idonia when I do is mentally there. Never. Not even Cartel won't do it. And me can bet upon that. Me not ask Christ. Me are telling you. Not even Cartel won't do it. Because Idonia is lyrically inclined. No joke. You understand? No joke. You don't know why Cartel say him won't sing another bad man song? For now. Let me just use that word there, although I never use it. It's because him realize that them youth yeah, brain stem when it comes to gangster music is different from fame. You understand? He have a hard time to keep with these youths when it comes to that level. Me now say Cartel now lead right now, you know, I do him thing and make him money, you know. But him now leading a music. Him a leading a stage shows. You understand? That's what him a leading a. Creating history in that way. You understand? Become the first artist to charge over £800,000 for a show. 800,000. Right? For a show, which is worked out to about $170 million Jamaican. So him a go on with him thing over there, so. But him not leading a song. Not right now. Not since him come out. You see me? So for all of them talk you wanna make about Masicka better than Alkaline, stop. Me wanna advise you to call on the 2 DJ them to do a collab. Do a collab, make something happen. That me I talk about. But instead of sitting down and I try to put these 2 artists together. No. Done with that bullshit. Done with that bullshit. Remember, some Masicka done telling already. Say Alkaline bad, a bad DJ. Him himself telling her that. In what me mouth and telling her that. So why wouldn't you want to compare them? Why wouldn't you want to put up Masicka against Alkaline when Masicka himself know? You think Masicka gonna make that mistake? Him not gonna do it. Him not gonna do it none at all. Because him know the levels of Alkaline. The whole dancehall know that. Know the levels of Alkaline. So, I'm gonna stop the comparison and call for some collab.